Hi, my name is Justice. This is my grandma. She will be my audience for today. I'm going to place the camera right here. This is the front of my note card, and this is the back. And now I'll get started. To start off, I'd first like to ask everyone what they think it takes to get a courthouse named after you. And I'll give you a second to think about this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you said you have to be murdered, you are 100% correct. In this case, John H. Wood Jr. got the courthouse located here in downtown San Antonio named after him this way. And you might be thinking to yourself, why should I care about this guy and this courthouse? Well, perhaps you or someone you know was affected by a criminal and you felt nothing but immense relief and joy when they got the sentence you felt they deserved. That is exactly what John H. Wood Jr. did throughout the entirety of his career up until the day that he died, which was caused by fighting for what he believed in. As I spent hours upon hours researching this topic and sifting through different websites and articles to find the most reliable sources, I have gathered the facts of this case that I'm about to present to you today. Today we will be going over his early life prior to becoming a judge, his career, and the last case he covered that led to his untimely death. To start off, we'll be looking at his early life. He was born on March 31st, 1916 in Rockport, Texas. His great-great-grandfather had founded Rockport in the early 1800s along with another town called Woodsboro, so his family was pretty well known and well liked in the area. As for school, he attended Thomas Jefferson High School, and after he graduated from there, he attended 2 universities. The first was St. Mary's University, where he got his associates in business, and the second was UT, where he got his Bachelor of Law in 1938. Moving on to his career, from the years of 1938 to 1970, he was employed at Beckman Law Firm as a lawyer, aside from 1944 and 1945, as he was active in the military. He was in the Navy during that time, and then he came back to Beckman Law Firm and continued his time as a lawyer. And then in 1970, he was appointed by President Nixon himself as a judge of the U.S. District Court for Western District of Texas, where he served for 8 years up until his death. As a judge, he mainly dealt with high criminal cases, mainly those pertaining to drug dealers and drug trafficking. And whenever he had those cases, he usually sought the maximum sentence for those criminals, which caused him to gain the nickname Maximum John. And finally, we'll be taking a look at his last case that he covered. And as you can see here, he was clearly assassinated. And before I get into how he was assassinated, I'd first like to tell you about why he was assassinated. So he was set to oversee Jamil Chagra's case. He was set to be the judge for his case, and Chagra knew that if he went in front of this judge, Maximum John, he stood little to no chance of getting a lenient or lighter sentence. So he decided to hire a hitman. The hitman he hired was Charles Harrelson, and according to the Washington Post, which was one of the first news sources to cover this case back when it happened, he was set to be paid $250,000, which was later confirmed in the FBI investigation into this case. And the way that he was able to assassinate Wood was he checked in to a motel near Wood's house under the fake name Bill Bannister, and he decided to stalk him for a couple days prior, up until he found the perfect opportunity to assassinate him. And that opportunity came on May 29th, 1979, when Judge Wood was getting ready to go to work. As he opened his car door, he was hit in the back by a singular shot from a high-velocity rifle, which was shot by Charles Harrelson, and it shattered many of the fragments in his lower back and killed him almost instantly. And the reason that this case is remembered so well, and it was such a big deal, and it led to John Wood getting the courthouse named after him, is because it was the first assassination of a federal judge in the 20th century. And according to the American Presidency Project, they have an online document that has Jimmy Carter's statement on this assassination. And Jimmy Carter described it as an assault on our very system of justice. So it left a bitter taste in not only his mouth, but pretty much all of America's mouth. And in conclusion, today I informed you on John H. Wood Jr.'s early life prior to becoming a judge, his career, and the last case he covered that led to his death. And the takeaway I'd like everyone to get from this presentation is the next time you walk into a building named after someone, I hope it causes you to stop and think about how that building got its name and the story behind it. And the only way to really do that is to do the research yourself. Thank you.
This is the front of my note card, and this is the back.